Alrighty then. Welcome back, Speed Gaming. We have game 2 here between Derxu and Farfelu as part of our Super Metroid Dash tournament for Speed Gaming Live Online. We are currently in the group stage. I am Glove on comms. We've got Jestro on tracking. Farfelu won game 1 pretty handily after Derxu took a pretty unfortunate death doing Bomb Gauntlet. So we will see what this second race holds for us. This is not a best 2 out of 3. This is just 2 races as part of the group stage. Every competitor is split into groups and has to race everyone in their group twice. So the previous race has no bearing whatsoever on this one, and hopefully Derxu is able to get the previous race out of his mind and run the best race that he can here. Okay, for chat asking what rando settings are used, so this is area and boss randomizer. So all the map is divided up into chunks. Those chunks, the connections within them are randomized between each other. The location of the bosses is randomized. However, it is shifted, so whichever boss is at a given location will unlock any of the doors that are unlocked by that boss in the location. It is major minor, so all of the named items, E-tanks and reserve tanks, are randomized within themselves, and all of the missiles, super missiles, and power bombs are randomized within themselves. Alright, morph reserve start. Not the most auspicious, but you'll certainly still take the tank. And this time there are power bombs, so I expect both runners to be taking the portal at the bottom of Criteria. Which you can see there, Farfelu is farming a little bit of health for. Potentially, because the large side hoppers on the way to the bottom of Criteria portal do 80 damage. Everyone has a strat for getting past those side hoppers without taking a hit, but it can be annoying. At least there is the reserve tank, as long as the reserve tank is sufficiently empty, but still has some amount in it that is an extra hit. And Farfelu narrowly avoids a hit from the side hoppers right at the end. And you're never going to be unhappy about seeing Red Tower at the bottom. I guess Derxu is. Oh no! And he takes a hit on the way out. It's really rough. I wonder if Farfelu's going to go for the... Okay, he is not going to go for the graph jump there. So, with the portals being connected like that, you actually can run through the door transition and do a gravity jump, which would allow you to check the bottom left West Meridia portal. Farfelu either doesn't like the danger of it, with the crabs dealing a lot of damage, or just thinks that's too slow. And it doesn't matter. So Farfelu would have essentially gotten himself a Hellway skip had he done that. Oh no, crabs are friends. They just don't know how to not hurt those around them. Some sort of crab dilemma, if you will. Alright, that is Chronic Boost Portal. Yeah, that's another thing that's nice with Dash. There are saves strewn about at points that would normally be points of no return. The Red Brinstar save also works well as a save for X-Ray Deboost as well. Alright, there's Moat. Very Power Bomb heavy seed already. And it looks like Derxu's going for Billy Mays. I understand this is a play because you're behind, but I'm kind of curious what the payout is. I guess just the idea that supers are, like, here and only here. Which, he does find supers. It is just going to be pretty hard for them to be worth it, honestly. Although Farfelu is now presented with the kind of scary prospect of going through Green Bryn without super missiles. It means you cannot do Wave Gate if you don't find supers. And also, depending on the portal at the end, if you don't find any supers in Green Bryn, you could be soft-locked. So Farfelu is leaving behind this grade. I think that is, I think it's a really good decision when you have a grade that is so close to Turian that you can very easily just get it along the way at the very end of the game. The only situation that screws you is if it's Crate or Fantoon and it has progression. Okay, so Farfelu will be able to do Wavegate. It's kind of funny that that happened more or less 2 races in a row. And Farfelu says no to the 4th Power Bomb pack. Yeah, same spot Wave was last race. Still no supers. It would be really wild and pretty much exactly what Derxu needs if those supers at Billy Mays end up coming in handy. So this is really quite bad for Farfelu. He's desperately hoping there's an E-Tank here. And it's Charge. So even the small hoppers do 30 damage. So he can't get hit by anything. Yeah, I like that. There's still one more hopper, though. Or, oh, that power bomb did get all of them. That's really cool. I need to remember that. And Derxu is going for X-Ray Deboost. Kind of interesting Farfelu doesn't. I can understand it on this energy. It's going to take Derxu a pretty long time to leave. And it ends up being a most likely irrelevant double jump. So for Farfelu, this seed is actually playing out pretty similar to the previous seed. Kind of interesting that this time he actually opts to not check the item here in Edakuns to see if he can find supers. Can Derxu get out on this health? I don't know if he can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think do the waivers do 10 each with no suits? So really tough spot for him. The double jump could be relevant if something is gated behind, you know, some sort of item that requires you to go higher and nothing else is available. But of all the movement items, it is by far the worst one, which is... Oh, that's just a dead Derxu. And Varia again. The seed is playing out extremely similarly. Yeah, he took the one farm, which... Still don't know if that would have been enough. And yeah, if I'm Derxu, I'm not going back. Like, you're never excited to see double jump. Oh yeah, so double jump is a dash exclusive item. It gives you one space jump, essentially. But the most important thing is that when you find double jump, inevitably the next item that you see will be space jump. Almost all of the time. I think, yeah, it would have still been a really long farm, but I think one more farm would have been okay. But regardless, unfortunate situation. He just didn't farm enough before going in. That's true, we never saw space last race. And finally, farfelu gets his first E-tank. It's still not strictly impossible for farfelu to be soft-locked. Which is pretty wild. Oh, but there's his supers. Yeah, so thankfully that was kind of the last place supers could show up before farfelu, before he really had to start leaving stuff behind. Jeez, charge... It feels like farfelu's just finding all the same items from last seed. Charge Wave Plasma, Varia Screw Attack. Oh, unfortunately misses the D-boost. Yeah, I wonder how decent his hypo jump is. This hypo jump I kind of like. I think with the bubbles there are some pretty good visual cues you can use. So for those not aware, this is... Oh, and Derxu finds Ridley, unfortunately. Uh, so it's a good thing for Farfelu that he left behind that crate. Really unfortunate for Derxu because that was one of his ways to still get back in this. So for those unaware, this is the same jump as the worst room in the game jump, which is not frame and pixel perfect. It's like... It's just really hard. It's complicated. There's like some sub-pixel weirdness too. It's a whole thing. And Farfy's just abandoning the item altogether. So that is another shot Derxu could have at getting back in this if there's like specifically gravity there. Pretty much what it would take. Farfelu thinks about it. This LN isn't that scary without or with screw attack. It's a lot less scary. Probably the scariest possibility is a Ridley at the bottom. That being said, nearly any enemy down here will do 100 damage to him. Farfelu is also just straight up pricing himself into leaving behind the front of LN, which I think is a good decision regardless. You already know where... Oh, jeez. You already know where Kraid and Turian are, so you really can't get screwed unless you run into some situation where, like, front of LN is wreck ship and the other wreck ship portal is Croc. Or something similar like that happening with East Meridia. So yeah, that's the extremely rare Go mode minus E tanks for Farfelu. Farfelu did not know Dre location, no. I mean, Dre's slow, but I'm a lot more fine with Crystal Flash Spike suiting out of Dragon if you have Charge Wave Plasma. So Farfelu knows where Kraid's lair is. Farfelu backed out of Kraid though without checking what the boss is. So he does not know that Ridley is there. And once again, Fantoon is here in Lower Norfair. With his pesky slow patterns. Yeah, Farfelu didn't quite get the opener he wanted there. Went for some air Dopplers, only got a couple in there, but Pity Fast cleans it up pretty quickly. But yeah, from here, I expect Farfelu to go and do Business Center for those portals, I guess. It's pretty much his only reasonable option, because otherwise it's like go back to Red Tower to go to West Meridia to check 2 portals there. Like, it feels really bad if Business Center's nothing, but it basically has to be something you can follow unless it ends up being front of LN and Croc. Yeah, so chat asking what's go mode for charge, or for dash. I guess pretty much the same as anything else. I guess map rando, you don't know your go mode as early, but you need a way to kill Mother Brain. Mother Brain does take 60 supers here, not 30 like some randomizers. 3 E-tanks to survive Rainbow Beam. Both suits, or a way to get through Lower Norfair plus Gravity, or a way to get through Meridia plus Varia, or a way to get through both plus neither suit. Don't really need any sort of movement item for anything. Even if you don't know how to hypo jump, a lot of the time you can just access the back of Lower Norfair. And you don't need a bot's wound item because you can do CF clip. Yeah, I mean, Farfelu needs to do more major checks anyway because he literally needs at least one more tank to beat the game. It's always extremely funny to see the go minus energy. Yeah, so Suitless CF clip gets you into Bot's Wound, which gets you to Dragon, or whatever boss is at Dragon's Lair. Yeah, I mean, I expect Farfelu to just check behind bosses. He'll almost certainly get an E-tank that way. And I trust him to get the Suitless CF clip with 20 power bombs. Oh, unfortunately, Derxu didn't quite get enough health, or height there, rather. Oh, now space jump, that's quite nice. Space jump is so much better in Rando than vanilla. I'm still not as high on it as some people are, but it's definitely a lot better in Rando for dealing with certain rooms, like East Ocean, for example. And the fact that Farfelu did not even check the other business center portal makes me inclined to believe he is not going to be checking the back of Wreck Ship. Which has the possibility of hurting him, but is quite unlikely. We would need specifically, like, East Meridia entrances are front of LN and back of Wreck Ship or something. I think it's so funny to, like, be ready to leave the item behind when there are still 13 E-tanks left in the game, and that's what you need the most. But, you know, some things you're just so used to doing that you're like, oh, I'm go mode, so I'll see what this item is first. It's definitely probably better to do that than just running straight into items every seed. So yeah, I expect farfelu to go out the front here. Yep. Meanwhile, Derxu, in spite of his early death, has been trucking along this seed. Unfortunately, hasn't gotten on the same path that farfelu has, that kind of just ended up trivializing the seed. This is probably going to be one of the fastest finishes of the tournament. Especially with that East Meridia. Holy! So farfelu does still need to game here. But from here, all he needs to do is, once he finishes East Meridia, go across criteria to go back to that crate he left behind at the very beginning of the game. And then you know, go back the way he came in Green Bryn to go back into criteria. That leads him to Red Bryn, leads him to Turian. So he has a really good path from here. So he has 8 chances at this. There we go. Very nicely done. People have different visual cues they like to use for that. But that is a frame perfect trick. Also, yeah, shoutouts to them, M2 Sprite. Yeah, generally you either need speed or ice to get through Botwoon Hallway, but you can simply CF clip. And poor farfelu, who hates picking up items, is forced to pick up an unnecessary grapple beam. Kind of curious if he checks behind bosses for any remaining major items. Because speed and ice are still really big payouts here. Speed obviously makes him faster, also gives him a way to Zeb skip. Ice gives him a way to Zeb skip, and a much faster way to kill the Metroids. But with so many items left in the game, your odds of hitting either one are pretty low. So I think Derxu's trying to go for a Dragon kill here. His health is not right for it. Or wait, no, he has the suit on, so yeah. Or no, yeah, right. Yeah. So unfortunately would have needed to take like a turret shot or something in order to get into CF range. So I get why you wouldn't want to leave this behind, but it's a really difficult fight to do with this loadout. Now he's pre-damaging on the ghost beforehand. The Covern, I believe those are called. And farfelu, with really no power bombs at his disposal, has to do the really annoying jumps here. Decides to just unequip his suit. I like that. They're pretty hard morphs to do with gravity on. So what I actually like doing for Dragon in an awkward situation like this is I like leaving, you know, just 10 health or whatever in my reserve so I don't have to do the math to think about it. I can just get a hit that pops a reserve, but low enough to not get double hit. But now this is good for Derxu. No! So you need to lay power bomb, and basically if Dragon swoops, you need to not do the Crystal Flash inputs because you need her to pick you up from goop. But yeah, now farfelu is on his way to first Green Bryn, which leads to Kraid's Lair. He's going to take a quick little refill in order to get his 30 Super Ridley out of the way. Even if you have Charge Wave Plasma, 30 Super Ridley, it's just so breezy. So hopefully Derxu is able to get at this attempt. No, unfortunate. It seems like Derxu maybe isn't able to react in time to if it's a swoop or a goop, so he's kind of just praying for the 50-50. And unfortunately, he's lost it twice now. But yeah, super drops are pretty rare from the goop, but not impossible to get. His health is bad here, though. He needs to take a hit from turret. Meanwhile, Farfelu made quick work of that Kraid. A funny little property there. In boss rando, you get iframes going out of the boss doors for, like, frankly, way too long. Because it's the same iframes you get for any non-vanilla, like, it's the same iframes you get going through the area transitions. But screw attack resets your iframes, so if you have screw attack, you actually can do that deboost in Kraid's room. Whereas normally you can't, which is really inconvenient. So yeah, now this is just moat portal to... Yeah, moat portal goes to tube. Bottom top right red Bryn goes to Turian. And I expect this to be like a 45 or well, he doesn't have speed either, so like 46 or 47 maybe. Sub 50 easy. Derxu does have the spike suit now, so all he needs to do is kill Dragon without blowing it. And he's converting it into a blue suit, which makes it much easier to not blow the spike suit. And it also means he destroys any of the goop particles that he comes in contact with. And there we go, that's a dead Dragon. Took a little bit, but nicely done by Derxu. That fight is not trivial. Some nice Metroid rooms here from Farfy. Derxu doesn't even want the E-Tank. Man. And that is a high jumpless, gravless, grappleless Dragon from Derxu. Very nice. Once again, Farfelu will be baby skipping. You can do baby skip on this loadout. It sucks. I don't even know how you do it without bombs with no movement items. I mean, you can even boomer skip on this loadout, but it's like really slow and annoying. And easy to mess up. Oh, and there's ice. Geez, thinking about if Farfelu had checked right super specifically, how much faster this seed could have been even. And Derxu is checking the back of Rick's ship. Yeah, a couple stray shots there. Farfelu has a ton of extra ammo though, so no biggie. And the extra super shots really don't save you that much time with this beam. Nice East Ocean from Derxu. So yeah, this is a 24-shot Mother Brain with no supers. Derxu was having a little trouble there. You have to do a wall jump there when you can't see Samus. Just to get out of that water. And all of that to be rewarded with Croc. Ugh. I mean, he has plasma, so Croc only takes one hit. But meanwhile, Farfelu is finished with Mother Brain 2. Really nicely done. Man. So with that, it looks like Farfelu will be taking both games here from Derxu. Farfelu is the #1 seed within his group, and is the #6 seed overall. And along with a 2-0 over Nitro, Farfelu is now going to be 4-0. Just has Lunix left to play in this group. Meanwhile, Derxu loses 2 games here. Does not mean he's out of it by any means. The top 2 from each group advance, and this is Derxu's first match, so his path forward would be beating Lunix and Nitro most likely. Which is certainly not an easy task. This is absolutely the group of death. I think it is by far the hardest group in the tournament. Farfelu, Nitro, Derxu, and Lunix are all really good runners. And Farfelu's onto the escape. Has to take a little bit longer. I was off on my estimate. This is going to be 44. So, just an obscene time. I mean, if your opponent gets a 44 on a rando seed, like... you can't even be mad about that. It's like, what the hell? You can't feel bad about your death because I mean that has to be the fastest time of the tournament, and it probably will remain the fastest time of the entire tournament. If you're farfelu, like anytime you get a rando race that's faster than your PB, be wild. As farfelu does finish with an official race time of 44 minutes and 38 seconds. GG. Just an absurd time. Upon seeing this, Derxu does end up taking the forfeit. Very understandable. GG's to both of them. We'll see if we can get them in here for interviews. Alright, and we are joined now by the winner of today's race, farfelu. GG.
Hi, thanks. This was a quick seed.
Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine that's almost certainly going to be the fastest seed of the tournament.
Probably. To be honest, this is the first time I see the bikini ending in Derxu. And imagine losing 1 minute trying to hypo jump for probably an E-tank.
Oh, I forgot about that. So this time could have been even faster, jeez. We are joined now by Derxu as well, GG.
Hello. GG. Yeah, well.
Yeah. A couple unfortunate deaths from you, Derxu. I think in both races probably changed how you played the seeds a good bit.
Yeah, definitely. Like dying in the first 5 minutes of the race is like, okay, I got to gamble. Well, this time I died checking meme route, then I went meme route, and like it took me places, and I think I didn't find a lot until like 10, 15 minutes in then, I guess, and basically had everything except for gravity until like what, 25 minutes or so, 30 minutes, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, meme route is probably not the optimal play in the seed. Yeah, anyways, GG's. Is it?
Yeah, I
just
did meme route, but I was just very close to be soft luck without having supers. But my last check was, well, I got Varia from Brinstar. And yeah, then the portal took me to Open Warfare where I got some decent stuff. I think I found Plasma, one more E-tank.
Yeah,
then I found the
had good
Warfare. And yeah, I just decided to follow that because, oh, and by the way, this is my fourth seed this tournament. And all seed I got Plasma and Screw kind of early. So yeah, I followed that portal and got go mode. And I don't remember the time exactly, but probably 12 or 15 minutes.
That sounds about right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a little bit there where it was looking like the so after Derxu died, he went and did Billy Mays and found supers there, and for a second it was looking like that might actually be an advantage that could bring him back in, but then Bubble Mountain had supers.
Yeah, I kind of hope that these were the only supers, like with for like a few minutes at least. Oh yeah, well, apparently not. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, and then the first seed ended up being pretty fast as well. 54 for farfelu final finish time.
Oh, that's. I guess everything sub 1 is a solid time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for area, because area can like troll a whole lot.
Yeah, but today I think maps were pretty good today. Especially, I mean, seed number 2, everything was perfect for me. But in both seeds, there was not so many backtracks, and stuff was just almost on the way, or at least not so terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Definitely 2 seeds where if you found the right path, you could finish them really quickly.
Yep.
I'm glad I learned the suitless CF kind of recently. That's the first time I tried it in a race because I was not comfy with that for a long time, and that's the first time I do it. So I'm very
Wow.
happy with how it turned because I mean, without bombs, I don't know where ice bombs or speed were, so it could have been completely different.
Ice was at Wreck Chip Ride Supers. It was like one of the last things But the only thing I checked in Wreck Chip because I did I also died a few times at Dragon because I was like doing dumb stuff. But yeah, I kind of messed up the Crystal Flash there to get out, and I left. I let my controller go, and I repressed the buttons too early, and then I Crystal Flashed too early, like 2 times. And I got the Crystal Flash off, and I didn't want to. So yeah, gravity. I knew gravity wouldn't be there, so I checked only that, and I hoped it was ice, and it was ice, because that was literally the only thing that would have helped me. Maybe speed, but whatever. Yeah.
And Dragon was in Rick Ship, right?
Jacob was a drag ship, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, so gravity could not be there. But I already
Yeah.
had gravity at that time, so I just
Yeah,
front
okay.
and kill the bus and leave.
Yeah, I lost like 10 minutes or so on Dragon because I didn't know I messed up the Crystal Flash stuff, and then I died because I did stupid things, and yeah, things happened. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but that suitless Crystal Flash Grid, I really have to learn that now because it seems like everyone knows that trick nowadays. Like a few years ago, you were the biggest player if you knew regular Crystal Flash Clip, and nowadays it's like everybody learns that in I don't know, Super Metroid Kindergarten or something.
Kind of
Yeah,
the
random
thing
players
now,
are too
and
good.
with hypo jump as well. Now you have to know a lot more stuff than before because I don't know, no one did that before in races, or you could accept to lose a race because of that, but now everyone does it, so you have to learn it.
Yeah, sure.
Next thing is probably on the water wall jump. We'll have to learn that.
No, holy. Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, at least for this rando mode, it's not really. It doesn't
Yeah, it was
really come up
shifted.
at all. But with swapped or whatever the other boss setting is, it can come up. And also, like, all the map rando kiddies know it.
Mm.
Although they use the cheater tech.
The cheated
Where-
heck, yeah.
There's just like a button combo in map rando that disables up and down on your controller. But yeah, really nicely run from both of you. Farfelu, looks like this brings you up to a 4-0 record.
Yep.
I think you just have to play Lunix yet. So
Yes.
almost guaranteed that you are going to be moving on. So GG's about that.
Definitely GG's.
Mm-hmm. And then Derxu, I believe these were your first races, right?
Yes, these were my first. Yes.
So, still in it. Just got to see how your other two opponents, how those races turn out, I guess. So, best of luck to both of you.
I promise not to die next run. I try. At least not early. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for the race, and thanks for commentating.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. See you next time.
Yeah, nice
Any
race.
closing
Thank
comments from
Derxu.
you, Far?
Nice race. Thank you, Derxu. Good luck for your next races, and thank you, Glove, and I think Jestro for the restream. And yeah, see you next time.
Awesome. Yeah, best of luck to both of you. And with all of that out of the way, that's going to do it from us here at Speed Gaming. Be sure to go follow both of the runners. It looks like the bot isn't working right now, but go follow Derxu. Go follow Farfelu. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove on comms, joined by Jestro on tracking. And from all of us here at Speed Gaming, we'll see you next mission.